Welcome back to the last installment of our What Would George Do video blogcast. My name's Joe Colangelo, and as always, I'm here with George McDougall. George, what's going on today?
Hey, Joe. Well, we're doing very well today. We have over 5,000 meeting requests already have been sent in the one-on-one partnering system, so we're nice and peachy.
So what are we going to be covering today?
Today we're going to be covering essentially managing your message center. And at this point in the game, as I said, there have been 5,000 meeting requests sent, but the majority of our users do not have too many meeting requests to manage at this point. But this video will help you be able to manage it as those numbers go up.
That's right, George. As we see from this point on into the convention, we expect that number to jump by well over 1,000%. We're looking this year to hit potentially 100,000 messages sent between our attending companies. And so with that, we'll get right into it. So here we are on the front page of the Bio One-on-One system. As a lot of our more savvy users have seen this page multiple times, why don't you take us through this company dashboard, George?
Yeah, so the company dashboard is a new feature, new in the last week or two, to the one-on-one partnering system. And the dashboard essentially is just a snapshot at all of the meeting requests that you have sent and received that are currently in your message center.
Great. So how does this dashboard differ from the regular message center icon at the bottom?
The company dashboard shows all of your meeting requests based on their status. So you have new messages there, scheduled meetings, canceled meetings, sent requests, outstanding requests, and such. So if you were to go ahead and click on one of those, you'd see that up there in the meeting status, that automatically is filtering your meetings so that you're seeing only those meetings that are of that particular status.
Great, thanks, George. And now if I want to just go back and get to my general message center, I could either, I assume, just click on meeting status all?
That is correct. You can also just access that at any time just by hitting the message center orb.
Great, thanks, George. And so now as we're kicking off with partnering and more folks have meeting requests in their inbox, what are a couple ways for folks to manage those requests?
There are multiple ways to do that. The first two that are a little more apparent are the drop-downs for the request origin and the meeting status. Request origin, this is your inbox and your outbox, essentially. So my requests would be your outbox, and incoming requests would be your inbox. And so you can go and see filter your meeting requests by the request origin as well as the meeting status. So obviously, as all of our users know, once a meeting goes to accepted or agreed to status, then we go ahead and schedule it. Starting on April 12th, we will begin scheduling meetings. And then, of course, once they're scheduled, they will show up in the scheduled section with the scheduled filter. One other very useful tool is the Export to Excel tool, which allows you to extract the information into an Excel document. And this kind of shows has a lot more information on it than simply just the general message center screen. This has all of the meeting details for each meeting request in it.
And if you'll notice, we've added additional functionality to this Excel export in that it will also export the first 10 messages that were sent. And by that, we are referring to the 10 messages in a conversation thread. So if I just open up a conversation thread, you see here that it has the initial message and then the corresponding messages that have transpired afterwards, including the bio-generated messages of when a meeting was scheduled or if it was canceled, etc. So that's also included in that Excel, so you can then filter your Excel by the type of message, whether it's by therapeutic area, focus, who that company is looking to talk to within your company, etc. Okay, George, if now you can take us through some of the other features in the Message Center, that would be great.
Yeah, so the two other important features to remember are that you can display only a certain number of messages up there in the top corner. And this is important, especially if you're exporting, because you may export and you'll only have the first 20 meeting requests when you're really hoping for them all. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. One other important point is that any incoming requests that you have yet to reply to or open will show up, and they'll be bolded bolded. That whole line item will be bolded until you go ahead and open that message request.
And now I'm noticing a little bit of text here that is new to the one-on-one system on the right-hand side, a little message from BIO to its participants regarding spam within the system. Can you clarify that for us, George?
Sure. So we have a maximum number of meeting requests that one person can send and can have outstanding at any time. So if you were to send out, this maximum number of requests, which is 100, and you were to send them out, you wouldn't have the ability to send any more requests until at least one person has replied to you. That would bring you down to 99 outstanding requests. Then you'd have the ability to send one more. So at any time, you can't have more than 100 outstanding meeting requests.
Great, George. Thanks for that clarification. Much appreciated. And now we're going to just go through some of the other features of the Message Center.
Yes, Joe. And so as we kind of saw in the beginning in the dashboard, as well as in the dashboard, you kind of gives you an overview of all of the details of your meeting request. To get more kind of into those details, you could just open up the specific thread, and all of that information is here. Mostly along the right side, you see the meeting status there, agreed, accepted, which of course, again, we will be scheduling any agreed, accepted meetings. The conversation, who the originator of the conversation was, and then you have the ability to edit your own calendar, essentially edit your availability, and also edit the participants in that meeting from this screen here, which is a very useful tool.
Yeah, that's great, George. I can also see that I'm able to cancel the meeting should I need to for some reason, whether it's before the meeting has been scheduled or once the meeting becomes scheduled. When are we going to start scheduling meetings?
We'll begin scheduling meetings on April 12th. So all those, and starting on April 12th, we'll be scheduling every evening. So every night, all agreed to meetings will be scheduled.
So basically, people can look forward to having something new in their inbox in terms of a scheduled meeting every single day.
Exactly.
Great. Thanks, George. And with that, I think it's time that we wrap up our very last of these longer video tutorials. We will be pushing out some additional content in a shorter format for those of you that have more specific needs regarding questions with the one-on-one partnering system. And those are going to be targeted at basically the questions that George is hearing on the customer service line, any comments that we're getting at the blog, and so if you want to get in touch with us, if there's something we haven't covered that you would like to see and you want us to post a video on it, please do not hesitate to contact us. As always, you can contact us via the blog, via a comment, or even on our Twitter stream, which is at bio1on1, or you can email George at biopartnering@bio.org. And so again, we just like to hear from you. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. And with that, take care, and we'll see you next time.